And action.
Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy Sin.
Hey.
Sin
Yes.
exclusive.
Gang.
What's up, guys?
Yeah. Thank you.
It's your girl, Chris and Elizabeth.
Ooh.
And your boy T.
T will exclusive.
Yes, and it's another episode of the End of the Day podcast. We would like to welcome you to. What episode is episode?
I think it's episode 34.
Is it? I think
we're
that's
fucking
wrong.
this up
It's
again,
probably
probably.
35, but I think it's episode 34. Yeah, and this is a very special episode. Actually, a little bit of the pre-production was special, just because putting this episode together took it was
extremely difficult.
Oh yeah, it took the magic of Terrence working his, I guess, audio engineering skills. To really set up one, two, three.
Your neck is glistening a little bit.
Four mics. We got four mics set up here, people. Yeah, we got
mics.
Yeah, I know, because Kristen's finally got her own mic, but we have another mic because we have some special guests. Terrence, you want to introduce our special guest?
Yeah, so today we have friends of the podcast, Chris and Jazzy.
What up?
Yo.
When do we get our own little choo-choo-choo-choo-choo?
That's
you gotta become a regular.
Yeah, you gotta become a regular. But hey,
right now.
You guys could, be the first to get one with just one episode. That's not out of the question. But yeah, usually you got to be a regular, and we haven't actually given out any drops for anyone who's been out. When we've had some regulars on.
Yeah, Jamil, shout out
Jamil's
one time.
been on.
He's been on 3 or 4
way too many times. Fuck that guy. He's been on way too many times. But yeah, guys, welcome to the End of the Day podcast.
Thank you.
How are you guys doing? You enjoying your week so far?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, you got some big stuff. You got some big stuff happening. This is the first time you guys been on any type of podcast type format.
It's my first podcast.
Make yourself
watch
comfortable.
A lot of them.
Yeah,
we'll definitely burn up. Right?
Hell yeah, of course. You guys got some big stuff coming up in the works, right? Big things in the works. What exactly do you guys do, or what's your?
So I'm a writer director for film, narrative stuff.
Hell yeah.
Only. And Jazzy is a actress.
Sick.
And she actually just wrote her first short that she's directing and starring in.
Oh,
Thanks.
Yeah. I'm helping produce it, and I'm helping her with the script a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Go, Jazzy.
But
go, Chris.
The more exciting news is about you, Chris. Go ahead.
We did this movie 2 years ago.
His first feature.
Yeah, my first feature film, and for our family and friends helped put money into it.
Yeah,
and it just got distribution recently through Gravitas Ventures.
That's crazy because I mean, even though I live out in Los Angeles, and I know most people who don't live out in LA probably assumed the movie stuff is kind of everywhere, it's kind of in your face.
Yeah.
But if you're not into it, if you're not actively pursuing it, then you're just as ignorant as anyone who lives in any other part of the world.
Yeah.
So what exactly goes into the process of getting your movie put on like that by a company?
Okay.
How do you even approach them? Can I just do I bring my script? Do I bring my finished product, or
it's the finished product. So we went to a law firm called Ramo Law.
Yeah.
And they're pretty big. They deal with when I went in there, they were dealing with Jeff Bridges. They helped develop the Disaster Artist. But yeah, we went to them, and they kind of looked at me who the fuck are you?
Exactly. That's what I feel like anyone would look at me the same way. Who the fuck are you, bro?
I was when I start talking about this stuff, I get really passionate, and then she was just looking at me who the,
Yeah.
That sounds cool, but I need to see your movie.
Exactly.
I was like, all right, whatever. So at 4 p.m., I sent her the stuff. I sent her everything I had.
Sent her the goods. Dropped the bag off.
Yeah. And then, a few hours later, she emailed me right back. And she said, I had a chance to look at this, and I think I could do something with it. Give me a list of companies you've sent it to. And long story short, a few months later, it's actually a topic I was going to bring up to you earlier, is about rejection. And especially in film, it's like, it's, you know, you have to learn how to deal with that.
I'm sure. That's all I hear about. Like,
you have to learn how to deal with it, and everybody tells you film festivals are, you know, what you have to submit to get a name, right. Get your name out there so people get behind you. But it was kind of funny because it was like a Sunday. I had just gotten rejected from Slam Dance Film Festival.
And how do you get rejected? Do they send a letter? Do they call? Do they send a guy to your door? Okay,
it's a generic email letter. It's like, we had thousands of submissions this year. Sorry, but you didn't get it. You didn't get in.
Okay. Okay.
But anyway, it was like a Sunday. We got rejected from Slam Dance, and I was really hoping to get into that one because it's a big independent film festival. Yeah. And some of my favorite directors have been found there.
Got you.
Like the Russo brothers, Christopher Nolan. You know, so anyway, so I got rejected from there, and I was just like feeling like, man, fuck them. Like, man, I'm just so, you know, I felt a lot.
Hell yeah.
And then the next morning, I got an email from Ramo Law and says, please see offer attached. And I scrolled down to the bottom and said Gravitas Ventures. And I was like, oh shit. Like, because my producer told me in the beginning, he said, if we get Gravitas Ventures, like, you're in good hands because they're like a legit independent distribution company.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah, and so it was like we got rejected from film festivals, but as a director, what you want is your film in distribution.
Yeah, that's really where it's at.
Yeah, because you're not a successful filmmaker until you get distribution.
So, like, it doesn't matter how good your movie is. I mean, obviously, if it was good, it would get distributed.
Yeah, exactly.
But that really doesn't make your movie until it's actually distributed places and people can get it.
Exactly.
They can watch it.
It's something worthy of, they think of people.
They can make money.
Making
got you.
It's a product.
Yeah. And so this movie, I saw the trailer. It looked crazy. It
does look sick.
Yeah, it looks like the name of the movie again is
A Dark Place.
A Dark Place. Now, like, what was the thinking behind that? Was that you? Is that based off a true story? Like, what's like?
I'm actually on the run right now.
Yeah, exactly. That shit look crazy.
No. It started off as a nightmare that I was like a reoccurring nightmare where I like had this dream of like being like I did something wrong, but I never saw what I did. It was like the aftermath of it. And I was on the run. I heard like sirens. Like it was a reoccurring dream for years, and I wasn't even like doing anything shady at the time. You know,
yeah, exactly.
I was just a guy.
At the time, no, I'm just doing all the things.
But no, it started off as a nightmare, and then I wrote a short film called Once Upon a Night, and then we did that, and that out of all the short films that I had done at the time, that got the strongest response. Sure. And I found my legs as what in terms of like what I like to do, which is suspense and thrillers. I love that stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The movie's so good. I've already seen it.
Yeah, Kristen's the only one.
Oh yeah.
We did
Slight brag, humble boast right there.
You know what? When we watched it, I went with my best friend, and she. I mean, I think sometimes you think, okay, your friend's making a movie, like, maybe you don't know what to expect.
Right.
And at the end of it, she looked at me and she was like, that was really good. And I was like, I know, because I had already like seen so many clips that I was like, I had so much faith.
Right.
And then I was like, wow, great. And
Kristen is actually in it.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
A little Easter egg in there. See if you can find her.
Oh, all right. So I gotta look for her.
She may or may not have a wig on.
I was gonna tell the people.
I just stole it from you.
Snatched it right under my feet.
That's my.
I mean, the thriller genre, I always find that crazy interesting because it's like it's a hard genre to get into because there's so many things that not only factor into making a person like fail that, but like it's a packed genre. Like there's a lot of, that seems like a very popular thing, right? And in this day and age, like when you were making that, like how do you like make it so that it's something new or something fresh, really, that like
I just try to be as personal as I can. Right. I think about like if me and my friends were in this situation, how it would be, and like how we'd really react, and then
yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
But making a movie, do they do this on purpose? Do they make the character do something that is going to piss the audience off.
Yeah,
specifically the black people in the audience. They get pissed off when white people do certain things in fucking thrillers.
Exclusive.
Dude. Stay on the phone with your man. Tell him to call the cops.
Yeah. I try to make it idiot proof. Like,
okay, because that's hard. I know that's hard. The movie can end in 5 minutes.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah. There's no reason for it to continue.
Exactly. You know.
But no, that's a bad case of like the plot dictating to what the characters to do. Whereas it should be the characters should be dictating what happens. They should be creating their own destiny.
Right.
And you know, those movies that you're talking about, it's the plot telling them what to do.
Got you.
And I've seen that many a times, and that's why like I watch movies and I just like, you know.
Do you feel like your dream? Because you said this was from a dream. Do you feel like your dream is like come to life?
Do you feel like your man is a psychopath?
When you're watching this movie? Are you like?
It is.
No
it is like
spoilers.
it looks like, you know, something I've seen in my dreams where it's like paranoia, like really intense feelings. We got to get out of here. We got to like figure something out.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, it is like so suspense. So there's a difference between like suspense and thrills. You know, like thrillers. Because thrillers are like, you know, kind of like they have a lot of jump scares. They have like a lot of like stuff, cheap thrills. I call them.
Yep.
But suspense is like, you know, more like anticipation. So like I give you, the audience member, some information.
Yeah.
And then you know the information, but the character doesn't know the information.
Okay.
So you are like, no.
You're totally aware of what's going on.
You're
and
aware, but he's not. So,
you're seeing the hole he's essentially digging for himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, if I would say,
that's good.
I'm from like the Hitchcock school of filmmaking, because Hitchcock was the master of suspense. So I like watched all his movies and how he did them. And he has a rule. It's called the bomb under the table rule. It's like, you know, if two people are sitting talking, like me and Terrence are sitting here talking, and a bomb goes off, you're like, oh shit. Like, it's like, but then the effect wears off pretty quick, right?
Right.
It's like, oh, it went off, and you're like, oh shit. Like, for the audience. Not for us, because, you know. But,
exactly.
But if you tell the audience that there's a bomb under the table, as these two people are talking,
it builds
you're like, oh shit, and you know that it's going to go off in 15 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. You're anticipating
what's going to happen.
Yeah, you're like, shit, they're talking about nothing right now. There's a bomb under the table, but that's right. You know.
Well, let me just
that's a good analogy.
There's a big ass table in front of us.
Check for a bomb.
Real quick. That shit
Exclusive.
I'm just thinking about like, yo, that would be mad crazy if a bomb went off right now on this table. Niggas is in the that's crazy.
But that's what I like to do.
Would you say Hitchcock is your favorite director?
He's one of them, yeah. Spielberg's my go-to, like, you know.
Solid.
If I need to be inspired, I just put on something Spielberg, and I'm like, you know.
It's
like,
crazy.
This is it. This is
crazy.
You know.
I'm really excited to see what is it, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Oh, Tarantino, yeah.
Oh, that's a Quentin Tarantino film?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's coming out
Comes out on Thursday.
Thursday. Tomorrow night, yeah. First showings are at 4 p.m.
Seems like the promotion for that movie is not really. I didn't even know. I just seen the fucking like billboard for it. I haven't seen a trailer.
That's interesting because like we're a movie, like we study it.
Exactly.
We watch everything.
I can only imagine.
So we know it's coming out, but you're like kind of like a casual movie watcher.
I like, as far as movies go, like I definitely watch movies all the time. Like when I'm casually just chilling, I'm always watching movies. But I used to be like crazy with the trailers and always up on like what's coming out, but as I got older, it seemed like the movie industry is so packed now that like I just can just chill and just let the movies kind of come to me. Because
you're gonna see it on Netflix or something.
Did anyone watch The Lion King?
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it.
What do you guys think?
I'll just speak for myself. I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Like the magic that was in the original,
you're not gonna find it in there.
It's just not in it because it's so realistic that it just, the expressions on a lion's face, I mean, they're not expressive. They're fucking lions, and it looks like a lion, like kind of opening its mouth a little bit, but you don't see fear, you don't see joy, so all the magic is gone, and I don't know.
That's all I kept hearing. That's all I kept hearing.
Did you like the soundtrack?
I mean, Beyonce. So yeah, but
one funny. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
One funny thing when we were watching it, you all remember the scene where Simba and Nala see each other for the first time in like.
As adults?
As adults. And they're like, oh shit, and they get all excited. And then they have that scene where it's like, can you feel the love tonight?
Right.
Yeah.
So in the cartoon, that scene takes place at night.
Yep, it's at night.
In the new one, that scene takes place during the day. And it's like, can you feel the love tonight? And it's like in the actual...
Same lyrics?
Same lyrics,
yeah.
Why isn't it at night?
I don't know.
Were there scenes at night in the movie?
Yeah, there was a couple.
Okay, so it wasn't...
There were just some question. I don't know. I just didn't understand. Like, we've been talking about this. It's like they made a lot of choices because it's basically Lion King. It is Lion King. I mean, you go in, like, it's almost like
I heard for scene.
Scene for scene. But then they did make minor tweaks, but the tweaks that they did took away from some of the best like moments of the original. Yeah. So I'm like, why did you choose to like use artistic liberties and like kind of take away from the magic?
And they didn't add anything.
No,
it wasn't added.
Yeah,
I guess they were because I did hear, as far as not to just totally shit on it, I did hear like the scenes that were like more action based, like the fight at the end with Scar. I did hear those scenes were a lot more intense because
they look real.
They looked so real.
Yeah.
Timon and Pumbaa steal the show, though.
I mean, that was it for the original movie for me. Yeah. Like Timon, those are the dudes I connected with the most because like
they were like the outsiders.
Exactly. Yeah. I wasn't Simba in my circle of people when I was a kid. I was a Timon or Pumbaa. I was eating bugs off a fucking log in the fucking alley. You know, like so. Yeah, that's crazy to hear though, because I have been hearing that about the movie.
And to not like the movie's directed by Jon Favreau, and he these effects in the movie are just groundbreaking. Like, they're stunning to look at.
Right.
Like it's like the look of the movie. Like it's crazy because this is live action, and you look at the trailers, but every shot in the movie was done in a computer, and there's there's one shot in the whole movie, one single shot that's like it's live
of the landscape.
Yeah, all the landscape, that's all fake.
Do you know the shot that's the real one?
No, he didn't say.
He didn't.
Jon Favreau.
So I have been seeing this on Reddit, the debate between it being called a live action.
Oh yeah.
And technically it's still just an animated movie.
It just looks real.
Yeah. That's technically them calling it a live action is, I think, them using keywords the same thing as saying something's like a superfood, or it's just using a keyword to like make people be like, oh, like this is like the rest of, because the rest of the other like Disney movies actually were live action for the most part. They had no actors.
Jungle Book was directed by Jon Favreau
exactly.
as well, and
fucking Aladdin was definitely live action. So like,
so live action, is that when they have like the
motion capture.
Yeah. So Lion King didn't have that.
No, it was
like Beyonce wasn't like walking around with like dots on her face.
Well, actually, I did see that he said her acting in the booth, because he didn't have them. Because usually with these animated movies, they'll have like an actor go in, record their lines, and then they'll have another actor come in. But in this movie, he wanted them to be in the same space apparently. Okay, and then they were like acting together, so they get more real responses. But he said Beyonce recording her lines kind of influenced the way Nala expressed herself.
Got you.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Even though you could barely see the expressions. Because it's a lion.
Yeah, that's the one thing I did hear, is that the soundtrack
was boss. Yeah, I heard good things about the music. Have you guys listened to it yet?
I haven't listened to it yet.
Me neither.
I've been stuck on.
I haven't been in
Dude, what have you been listening to? Because I feel like so much music dropped.
A ton of music dropped, so it's like, all this music drops, so I'm like, am I gonna just listen to the Lion King soundtrack? No. I don't know. That's like a hard choice right there to make. Like, I like the Maxo Cream shit. That shit just dropped.
Dude, there was the new Nas project.
New Nas project dropped. That was pretty good.
What were your thoughts on it?
It was good. It wasn't what I hoped for, but it's called The Lost Tapes, so I can only imagine these aren't songs.
Oh, this is The Lost Tapes 2.
Lost Tapes 2.
Yeah, because the first one came out in like 99, right?
The first one was awesome, though. The first one was amazing. Yeah. I did have a lot of tracks that I liked off it, but this one, like, it was okay. Like, I definitely had like 3 songs that I really liked off of it, but like, if you call something The Lost Tapes, then it kind of what expectations do I have, because you're not saying this is like a project then, right? You're saying this is like stuff that like just kind of never got released, or like isn't like.
So you're taking it for what it actually.
I'm taking it for what it is and saying, all right, it's a lost tape.
Of just like you're thinking tracks from.
It's like, something that you didn't want to release as an album 5 years ago, you know.
But I will say it's better than what. I feel like it's better than
what he did with Kanye. Yeah, I think that's for
Can
sure.
You say that?
Yeah, even though I do love Ye, that was definitely better than what he did with Kanye. It just was.
It just felt more authentic to
Nas. Exactly, 100%.
That disappoints me because I'm a huge Nas fan.
Yeah,
and I haven't heard it yet, but I feel like when people, because a lot of people, especially from my generation, are always like, man, I miss the 90s hip hop. I miss that golden era of hip hop. But then when like albums like this or like his last album come out, and I like the last one a little bit, like
the Kanye one.
Yeah, there was some. Some songs.
There were some songs on there for sure.
Yeah. 100%. But as a whole piece, it's not.
It wasn't. It wasn't Nas. It wasn't Nas. Yeah. It didn't seem like.
And that's why, like when albums like that come out now, it doesn't really do much justice for when people are like I miss the 90s.
Exactly. Because what the 90s is still around. You have Jay-Z still releasing music. You have Nas still releasing music. You still have a bunch of artists from the 90s.
That was my 1A and 1B growing up.
Yeah, Jay-Z and I just listened to an interview with the Breakfast Club with E40. He just put out an album.
Oh, really?
He put out his 28th album.
28th?
This nigga's cooking. E40.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's called. I can't remember the name of it, but the name of it is so E40. It's like super clever. I'm gonna look it up right now, but it's just like
it's just called hype.
He's probably in his 40s.
He's probably 40.
He might be 50.
He might be 40.
Jay-Z's about to be 50 this year.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Because 444 was.
Is he about to be 50?
Yeah, he's about to. I love
that album.
Dude, I feel like a lot of.
Wow.
Honestly, at least for me, when it first came out, I kind of. It flew under my radar. I didn't really listen to it like that. Mm-hmm. But then after. I mean, just recently, I. Maybe a few months back, revisited it, and it's just like. He's saying so much, and like he's trying to.
It's deep. It's deep.
Yeah.
That's some grown man shit.
Yeah,
like,
E40's new album's called "Practice Makes Paper."
That's so sick.
That's facts, dude. When I heard it, I was like, "Yo, I gotta listen to this fucking interview." So I listened to it, and he spent mad game, dude. Like,
it was an interview with who?
The Breakfast Club, and I mean, he's just talking that, and that's the thing I felt with like what I was hearing with him that I was like hearing with like Jay-Z and the 444 album. Like, I love that album. I listened to it from the jump just because I'm a huge Jay-Z fan, but it was just like I understand. I loved it for the story you're telling. I'm personally not there at all in my life where Jay-Z's at, but I can I guess appreciate it and maybe try to apply
it probably even more.
Yeah. But like
it's a timeless album.
The type of game these guys spit is like you gotta find ways to apply it, but like I'm not, for me when I listen to him, I feel like he's such a visual rapper. Like I see a lot of things when he's rapping, and like Reasonable Doubt, when I first heard that album, I had all these images in my head, and when I became a filmmaker I was like, man, it'd be dope to make like a bunch of little short films based on Reasonable Doubt. What do you think of have you watched Tales at all? The show, it's Irv Gotti's show, and he takes popular hip hop songs and he makes like an hour long like drama about them.
Oh, really?
They're fucking sick. I've only seen a couple of them.
No, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, and the start of this season, he got Kanye to actually do an original song for every episode so far. It's been based off of like popular hip hop, like old school hip hop songs. But this season, he like for the first episode, I didn't watch it, but like he got Kanye to do an original song that I hear is really good for it. But yeah, he takes popular songs and just does like an hour long like drama based on that song.
That's really cool.
It's like on what's the second one called? It Was Written. Nas's second album.
Yeah,
It Was Written, right?
Yeah.
That he has a song on there called "I Gave You Power," and it's the whole song is about the perspective from a gun. Yes, that song. Yeah. And I was like, man, this would be a great little short film where it's like you follow this gun around. Yeah. And it's like from the perspective.
Yeah, that song's fire. I know exactly what song you're talking about.
Oh shit! Damn, sorry for the feedback, y'all.
Sorry for that. Sorry for the
honestly,
feedback. We're just out here buzzing though. That's why we out here buzzing. You ain't heard the streets, dog.
Sin exclusive.
End of the day podcast, baby. What else is going on today, dude?
Dude, I don't know. All right, I'm just gonna fucking dive into these topics.
Yeah, let's go. What topics we got? We've been bullshit.
Yeah, it's all.
I love you guys having me.
Yeah, sorry guys, we're high.
Yeah.
Shit, man. Let's see.
Kanye.
What about Kanye?
What about Kanye? We're not talking about Kanye right now.
Wait, I thought
Yo, wait, just real quick, because I don't know if any of the listeners know about him, but you hear about Tay K getting 55
this
years.
motherfucker guy. I don't know. Yeah, if you guys don't know.
He just filled.
Yeah, I kind of gave him a brief.
Yeah,
it's
fucking crazy, dude. Yeah, man. I mean, R.I.P. to the dude that got killed in that whole fucking.
Isn't it 3 people?
No, well, multiple people went down for this crime. Like, so Tay K essentially with a group of people.
Does that charger reach over here, by the way?
Which one?
The iPhone charger?
Need some life.
Nah, this cord looks short as fuck. Yeah. Yeah, so Tay K and a group of people ran into this dude's crib to rob him.
Yikes.
And
sorry guys, we're trying to get this. Oh wait, can you actually leave it? Oh wow.
Extraordinary.
He's got an external charger.
There you go, bro.
Thank you, sir.
Dude.
Oh wait, I'm not.
Yeah, plug my phone
There's
back
so
in.
many cords. We have like 50 cords running around this shit.
Yeah, so Tay K and a group of people run into a person's crib to rob him because they hear he's got bread. So these 2 chicks go in there and they're like, "Oh yeah, come in here and rob him." They go in there to rob him.
Scammers.
He says he doesn't have the money, so one of the dudes shoots the dude in the stomach. He bleeds out and dies.
Oh my god.
They leave the scene. Tay K gets arrested for the crime, is on house arrest for it, cuts his ankle monitor off, leaves, goes.
This is a crazy story.
This is a crazy fucking story. At this part, it's all allegedly, because what I just told you, he got found guilty for and pled guilty for. Allegedly, after this, goes and commits another crime and is the shooter and still hasn't gone to court for this crime.
This is only for the first crime.
What I'm telling you right now, what do you got found guilty for? Only for allegedly goes and does this other crime where he kills another dude. Then makes The Race, that song that you probably have heard before but don't know. Where the song he talks about not going to face the case but doing the race and dipping on the case and cutting his ankle. Pretty much what he just did. It's the realest song ever when you listen to it. He essentially because they used it in fucking court and played it gave the lyrics to the fucking jury.
Crazy.
And it's just like the realest shit. Like, if you're a rapper, for me, the fact that I do music, I can see myself 100% if I had actually done this, tapping into my head and making these same exact lyrics for this fucking song.
All right, I just have one question.
What?
Do you think that in the courtroom they played the song?
They didn't. They gave the jury the actual lyrics.
Imagine everyone.
Because I want to know it.
Yeah, because they couldn't. I feel like that's why they couldn't. That's definitely why they couldn't.
know that shit.
Yeah, that shit slap. That shit slap. That shit slap, nigga. That shit fucking slap. That's why the beat is fucking fire, and what he's saying is in a way that it's just like it's so raw and real, and it's weird. It is the weirdest shit ever because he just got found guilty. He's doing 55 years for it. He committed.
This is a little kid.
And when it came to the courtroom, he pled guilty. He said he was guilty for the robbery, but wasn't guilty for the murder, which was very fucking risky, especially when you just released a song about this whole thing essentially. And he got found guilty of everything, dude.
He's gonna be 71 years old when he gets out of jail.
Yeah,
and
I don't think he's gonna rap anymore.
Oh no! Well, he'll get out and do interviews.
He'll have a lot of time to write some raps.
But who's gonna care then?
Why are you serious? Our culture is weird as fuck.
It's true.
When he gets out of jail, people will care.
You think 50 years from now?
100%. I guarantee.
You think he was that big of a rapper?
No. I don't think he was that big of a rapper. People, there are people right now who get out of jail who do Vlad TV interviews, like old gangsters.
There's probably like authors or writers who will interview him while he's in jail and maybe try to tell a story based on what he's experienced.
As far as rapping, that shit's done. That shit's a dub. But fucking, as far as like doing anything out when he gets out of jail, if he ever gets out of jail, I can totally 100% see.
Where's he from?
Maybe Texas, I think.
Oh man, that's just 16.
Yeah,
that sucks.
That's so sad.
Yeah,
that really totally sucks.
It's just kind of.
He's from Long Beach.
Northside Long Beach.
Damn.
It kind of, because I was talking to Terrence about this earlier, and he was telling me a little bit about how that kid like had a shitty home life.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You were right. He was born in Texas.
Texas.
Fact. Okay. Sorry, Chris.
Yeah, it's all good. It kind of brings it back around to my movie is that like I don't just make movies just for like this guy's a killer, this guy does this, but I'm always like why do they do it, do they do it, and
the why is huge.
Yeah, the why is huge, and
you're wearing an Infinity Gauntlet right now. Like the why is huge. People don't understand Thanos. Thanos is a lost soul right there. The why is huge, dude. That's a big deal.
It's a big deal, and that's why when we were talking about this earlier, it touches on a lot of things that I do with things that I write. It's like that they're not just like hollow characters. Like they just do things just because the plot wanted them to do it.
Yeah,
it's not because this character did this out of desperation or whatnot because of where they came from.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where in A Dark Place, the lead character, he has a sad past.
Yeah.
A sad past, and this is not the reason, but it's the base.
Gotcha.
If it's the base of it.
Hell yeah. Dude, the trailer looks fucking crazy. As soon as I halfway through, I was like, I gotta see this shit.
Yeah.
Shit looks fire. Shit looks fucking fire. That's definitely the type of stuff I like to watch too, because I don't know what it is that it's definitely ingrained in our culture, that like vibe of movies. It's either that or I want to laugh.
Yeah, because you can have a movie like this and there won't be any stars in it, but just the genre alone.
Dude, that
look at
is
the Paranormal
so
Activity.
true.
That movie cost $30 grand to make, and it made $180 million.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of those movies most of the time. I feel like the industry definitely notices that, and as long as they because they it seems like they don't really cast for those movies like big super stars. Celebrities. No,
because they know they can make
if it's a good story.
Well, there's a guaranteed audience.
Yes,
it's a built-in audience.
People just want to be scared. They want to feel things.
They want to
just go and be like, whatever, hug their little boyfriend or whatever.
100%. Do you like that genre the most? Have you like thought, or do you want to do like comedies or like
not necessarily
super sci-fi?
I like to have comedy in my stories. I like to have comedy built in because have you ever seen Goodfellas?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so Goodfellas has some of the funniest scenes to me in movie history. There's some hilarious scenes in it.
Yes, there are.
But it's a serious, fucked up movie.
The way they do it is definitely dark.
It's dark comedy.
Yeah, because it's guys and they're the male energy like in the rooms when they're just chilling and talking is fucking insane.
Yeah, so I like to have comedy in my movies. I don't know about doing a comedy right now, but one of my big dreams is to direct a Marvel movie.
Ooh.
Or a sci-fi movie.
Hell yeah.
Turn up.
Something like Interstellar,
Ooh, that's a great movie.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
Yeah, I do love that
so
movie.
good.
That was amazing.
So something like that, but definitely a Marvel movie. That's been my big dream. Look at the shirt I'm wearing.
Let's get it.
For the listeners, what's on your shirt?
It's the original Infinity Gauntlet comic cover.
Gang.
Did you enjoy the whole movie series?
Oh yeah, I'm a huge Marvel nerd.
Yeah,
I'm excited for the Blade.
Mahershala Ali, two-time Academy Award winner.
I would have enjoyed. I hope Wesley Snipes makes a cameo. I'm sorry.
He released a statement about it.
That he's not.
He was just like Mahershala Ali's like an incredible actor kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
he sounded supportive.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up.
But I mean, gotta have old Blade.
Movie.
But just so you know,
put old Blade in it.
20 years ago, probably a little more than 10 years ago, I think X-Men kicked it off, but let's say 20 years ago, comic book movies weren't anything. People used to look down on them, all that stuff. But Mahershala Ali, two-time Academy Award winner, he called Marvel to set up a meeting with Kevin Feige, the Marvel Studios president, and he called him to talk about Blade. And as soon as he said it, he was like, "Yes, we're doing it," and that's how that happened. It was just as easy as that.
Low-key, when I think about the whole Marvel, I think Blade originally kicked it off. Blade,
98. I think that was 98 or 99.
That's why I feel like, because the first good Marvel movie I remember seeing was Blade. Yeah. The first Blade.
And people don't even think of it like that because it
doesn't have the branding.
It doesn't have the branding. Yeah, it doesn't have the branding either.
It doesn't have the brand. Branding is everything. Marvel intro.
Comic strip.
It should. They need to fucking put that shit in there.
Cut out just with the new.
That shit was fucking sick. That movie was insane.
I love Blade.
And I didn't realize until I was a little older that it was even a Marvel movie, and I was like, yo, this is fucking sick. But then from there on, they definitely knew there was money and solid
X-Men
fucking
came right after that. Spider-Man
did not. Yeah.
But the thing is, none of like it wasn't.
If they knew to connect everything,
yeah, exactly.
When they first did Blade, we'd probably be like, shit would be insane right now.
Yeah,
shit would be crazy.
Because he was the first one to have that idea because he's a comic book nerd, Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
And he was an assistant on, he was just a lowly assistant. He was getting coffee for the producer of the X-Men film.
Yeah.
And she was so impressed with his acumen for like comic books. And she was like, man, you know a lot of shit. And then so she bumped him up to an associate producer on the movie. He went from an assistant to an associate producer.
Gotcha.
Then I think on the next movie, he wound up being like an executive producer.
Gotcha.
And that's how he got to start.
Damn. Who's making that shit?
Blade?
Yeah.
He's going to be in the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
So does Disney own?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I didn't. Damn.
Disney
fucking Disney, man.
That better be rated R though.
That's the debate right now. That's the debate right now.
If it's not,
oh jeez.
But you
Disney's done rated R movies before, right?
No.
They've never done a rated R movie?
That's why people are saying they're going to use 20th Century Fox as their like way to make rated R movies.
That's crazy.
Oh, so they'll release it under their
banner. They own 20th Century.
Everybody.
Disney's dangerous, dog.
It's a little scary.
Fucking
danger.
Like I
Disney.
love them, but it's a little scary.
I know, but
motherfuckers is worried about the Face app, and Disney owns Fox.
Sin
Motherfuckers is worried about the Face app, and Disney owns everything.
Disney paid $73 billion for it.
Fuck,
dude.
Meow meow. Saying
And they raised their prices at fucking Disneyland.
What does it cost?
Are you not making enough money?
It costs $170 for both parts.
Are you
Wait. What?
You got to pay for the new fucking Star Wars.
Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge. You got
That's
to pay
just
for that.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
I just
$170 for both.
It's like, how are
parts for
families
one day.
supposed
Have
to
you guys
do that?
Disneyland?
Yeah.
I've been to
Disneyland.
Disney.
I haven't been in a while.
I've never been, so I'm trying to go soon.
okay. I
Until
went.
September.
It's so overrated. I'm gonna say.
Terrence is not fucking with you.
I think there's some magic to it, but
Have any of you been to Orlando?
I've been to the one in Florida because I'm from Boston, so I've been to the one on the East Coast.
Have you been to Universal and Islands of Adventure?
I've been to Universal out here and back in Orlando.
I think that's the best
Never been there.
theme park. It's
wild over there. I do like it.
Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios. And
I've never been to Orlando.
And it used to be like I think like $60 or $70
when I went. It was
parks
dumb
back
cheap.
then.
Yeah,
but it was the best experience for the parks.
What they used to do Slime Time Live.
What's that?
That was that
Nickelodeon.
Nick. Yeah, they did it at Universal,
With the
right?
green slime over top of them. Oh my god,
Dude, you guys,
I would die.
You guys had to watch Slime Time Live. That
Yeah, but I wasn't trying to fucking be a part of that shit.
No,
I wanted to be on that so bad.
I was always like, yo, where the fuck are these people at where they're doing this?
Where'd they get so much slime from? They got mad slime.
Kids would really.
I always was like wondering whose job it was to handle slime.
Like someone would just come up willingly and get slime.
You apply for a job, interview for that shit, get hired, go in, fill out paperwork, and then put on a uniform, and then have to handle buckets of slime all day.
They're like, so why can you take a bucket of slime?
Yeah, dude, like what the fuck? Like that visual needs to be made so I can see what that looks like. Because
you think you're gonna like push buttons.
Yeah, dude.
But a roller coaster. Yeah, you think you're in the slime.
When that dude's at a bar at night and trying to holler at some chick, and she's like, "Oh, what do you do?" She's like, "Oh, like
I'm the slime time guy."
You ever watch Slime Time?
Sin
You want to know where they get that slime from? Yo, I handle that shit.
And you have to think that when the slime like hits you, right?
Yeah.
It falls down into and then it gets recycled.
Exactly.
It falls on.
Actually, I improved.
You think they like mop it up?
Slime
Like,
music.
what do they do with the slime?
No,
They
They have to recycle
They
that
don't
shit.
put it back in a bucket and then like dump it on the next person.
Relax over there.
It's fucking wild.
Fucking
Slime
Disneyland,
Time.
man. Shout out Slime Time Live.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna check out the new Disneyland though. I need to go to that galaxy.
My nephew just went last week, and he said it was pretty cool.
I need to get a lightsaber, low key.
Are you looking forward to Rise of the Skywalker?
I haven't even watched. I haven't even watched a trailer for it because for bigger movies, I stopped watching trailers because they put too much in.
Oh yeah.
I watched your trailer and I didn't even I don't know what I'm walking into.
Yeah.
But I know
tone.
Exactly. I got the tone. Like the bigger movies nowadays, the blockbuster shits, they show the whole fucking movie.
I don't even need to see it.
Yeah.
What movie did I see recently? And I was walking out, and someone was like, "Damn, they just showed the whole movie in the trailer."
There was this movie, this Christian
movie
movie that came out recently. What was that one?
It was with Jennifer Garner was in it.
I think so. I don't remember.
Someone falls out of a tree.
It was like the trailer was like, long,
trailer.
and I felt like they went beat for beat in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I feel like I just watched the whole movie.
Yeah,
So some of these
It was like
trailers are
Miracles from
short
Heaven.
film.
Miracles from Heaven.
I think that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, and they in the trailer, some kid falls out of the tree, and then they're like, God saved him, he came back, and I'm like, you just told us exactly what's gonna happen in this movie.
You know that dog movie too, Dog's Journey or whatever.
Oh yeah, the sad one. I never watched it.
I can't watch it.
I just know it was too sad.
But they just go through the whole movie in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
I heard they fucked up dogs in that movie.
Oh, they did?
That's not true.
It's not true.
That's not true.
I seen the clip though.
That's not true.
I seen the clip though.
No,
why do they fuck
the dog? Is
it's not true.
They hit the dog.
I heard. My manager my manager represents somebody. His girlfriend's
Represents a dog in that movie.
Is they're animal trainers, and they're one of the top animal people in Hollywood. Whatever, I don't know how it works, but he told me that that dog, that German Shepherd, loves water more than anything, and is they edited together a clip to try to make it look like something that it wasn't. And
shit.
you know me, I have a million animals. I'm insane. I love animals more than anything, and it's but yeah, these dogs get treated. These dogs are treated like royalty. These are not the dogs you need to be worrying about.
It's okay if you drown them a little.
No.
Oh my god.
Sin
They're the worst.
exclusive.
I don't know. I just
Get a
Cool.
when I first saw the video, I was upset.
Is that what it is? Is that what the scene is? Is that what the scene is? It's like a dog drowning?
It's some sort of scene where they put it's in a studio, but they throw them in a pool, whatever. I saw the video and I was upset when I first saw it. I was like, what the fuck? I was super pissed off about this. But then when I talked to the guy and he explained it, he was just like, that's not even, they really edited that shit together to make it look like a controversy. PETA was all on that.
Oh yeah. And on top of that, even if they're not, that dog can't really say anything, so it don't even matter.
I think they're probably happy.
Exclusive.
He really can't even tell his own story. He's like, yo man, they fucked me up. That'd be fucking crazy. Oh man.
Dude, I mean, alright, aside from movies and music.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean, I just thought this was interesting. The fact that they're trying to use these solar, floating islands to solve the warming in the water.
Oh shit, I heard something about that. I did not read that fucking article.
So it says, the paper suggests floating islands are similar to floating fish farms. The researchers envision clusters that would consist of approximately 70 solar panels or islands covering an area of roughly half a square mile. They would produce electricity, which would split water molecules and isolate hydrogen. The hydrogen would react with the carbon dioxide pulled from seawater to to produce usable methanol.
Damn. That sounds fucking tight. Yo, what motherfuckers is wilding right now?
I feel like this.
It's amazing though.
Like,
right?
what?
Yeah.
I feel like that's groundbreaking, and like I was waiting for something like this to actually come into existence because it's not. It's very like foreseeable because we say that the water's warming, but why can't we fucking cool that shit down?
I mean,
It's
at this point,
2019.
I think those are going to be the most realistic responses to the world getting fucked up is humans creating things to solve the problems.
Because we don't know the like this sounds cool, but what if there's ramifications from it? Like,
I mean, there definitely
What
will
if
be
the
something.
chemical that they're putting in there ends up just killing everything?
Starts killing animals, or like it makes
Starts
the water
deforming.
toxic.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Wait, this is
Guaranteed.
specifically to cool down the ocean? It's not to like produce energy or anything. It's to cool down the. Or is this like a
Yeah, it seems like it.
reusable or not reusable?
They're saying that it would make renewable energy.
Oh, renewable energy.
Yeah. So
I mean,
So it like
Right.
helps with the
As long as it-
emissions and whatever.
I'm trying to read the article.
I mean,
Whatever.
what did
I mean, it's cool in theory, but it seems like to get this shit done is mad red tape. Mad like motherfuckers not even believing the world is anything wrong. Like the powers that be don't believe there's anything wrong with the environment.
They do believe
That is scary as shit.
No, they
so I
believe
mean,
it. It's just it doesn't profit them to buy into that. They're in like the oil industry and all that.
as
shit,
far as
so-
to the public,
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
true.
believe
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's
Like what the message they're promoting,
Yeah.
because most of those guys,
I agree.
it's not gonna affect them. And even if by the time it was going to affect them, they'd be like in a nursing home level, so they're okay with the world blowing up in a blip. Like it's not. They're trying to fuck their like mistresses now and spend their money now. They give zero fucks because definitely renewable energy is something that we can do, and something that I feel like if we poured all of our resources into it, it would be something that is a part of everyday life.
I will agree with
Guaranteed.
you, Chris, that I think that it's gonna take us creating shit to like solve our problems.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to make some man-made
make the
shit.
switch over?
100%. It's gonna be a weird place.
Well,
in
it's
20 years.
honestly, it's why I give Elon Musk as much credit as he does,
Yeah,
is
definitely
because
shout out Elon Musk.
yeah, he's the only dude who's like,
Really
once
doing
again,
shit.
if everyone tomorrow went into the renewable energy, us as humans have no choice. That is something that we're capable of that no other beings can really do, is adapt. Like,
But the
really
thing is,
fast.
there's so much time, like as it is now. There's so much time spent about differences.
Yes.
There's so much time spent about like racism, borders, things like that.
Yeah.
There's so much energy that goes into that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that shit doesn't even matter.
No.
It doesn't. At the end
It
of the
doesn't.
day, in the grand scheme of things, the
It
universe,
doesn't.
like an asteroid could hit us.
Yeah, of
like
course.
tomorrow.
Of course.
And it doesn't even matter.
Of course.
Like, so
Like a
you
speck
spent
of
like
sand.
60 years of your life hating a race or hating
Of course.
a religion for no reason.
Yeah, but it gives a lot of people reason to wake up.
Yeah.
And gives them
But
a
just
lot of
imagine
day-to-day.
but just imagine if those people put that same energy into something that was positive.
Yeah.
Just
Like
imagine
love.
if everybody like felt that way, but about something particular.
Yeah, no, it's definitely the way to move, but it's like at this point, like the resources that we have and the way we receive them prevent us from just like, because if you look at the basic, like an animal, like a lion in the wild, their day-to-day is them surviving.
That's it.
That is their day-to-day. They have no
shark.
time.
The shark swims and he's trying
They have
to
no
survive.
time for it to see an animal and be like, yo, fuck you because you're white, fuck you because you're whatever issue, you know, because their day-to-day surviving. If we brought it back to that level and was like, all right, we need to survive, we're fucking up the earth, fuck our issues, then yeah, we accomplished so much. But like it's unfortunately not just us, because I'm sure Russia's not down right now. They're still.
That's what I'm saying. It's, and I don't mean just Americans. It's just the world. The world. It's just like all these problems with the religion,
which is my biggest issue, because what would bring us together is the fucking aliens, which is why we need to storm Area 51 right now and prove that there are aliens. Because that will bring the world together. Yeah. We'll be like, yo, these niggas will fuck all us up. Aliens will fuck all our shit up.
Have you seen that documentary on Netflix, Unacknowledged?
Is that the one with the homie
Bob Lazar?
Bob Lazar?
No.
Oh, okay. This is some other shit.
Oh wait, this one's kind of older, right?
Yeah, we watched
I've seen this
together.
at the Highland Park.
Yeah.
It was good.
It's good. They show some. They show some shit. Yeah. I've seen a lot. I've watched a lot of shit.
They have like witness accounts, and these are like high level military people who have since retired.
They retired.
They've retired, and they talk about it now. But this guy alleges in the documentary that what they're going to do is, you've heard of false flag attacks.
False flag attacks.
No, sir. No. Tell us.
Sounds fucking scary.
Yeah, for real.
Like, for instance, they're going
flagging.
Like this
false flagging.
Yeah.
It sounds like a gang thing.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like gang shit.
But in the documentary, he alleges that what they're gonna do is, since we have alien technology, that they're going to use it against us and like attack us, and people are going to think it's aliens.
Got you.
But that's going to be what unites everybody.
Got you.
Because it's a foreign enemy.
Okay.
Unites, but that sounds like positive. But they were more saying that like they're going to use this as a way to control everyone. Yeah. Like for instance, like 9/11, like there's theories that's a false flag attack. That 9/11 happened, and like we need to go into the Middle East and fuck everybody up.
100%.
But it's like they did that so that we could go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Get the oil.
Yeah, exactly.
Surface reason, and then there's like
help us.
There was never any weapons of mass destruction. Like motherfuckers was talking about that shit. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
So now they're gonna use aliens, and they're gonna like send spaceships down that
maybe they might let us in and free. Maybe that might be the thing to control us. We go there to Area 51, and someone makes it in, frees an alien. And it's really just a dude in a suit.
I'm stressed out. I'm so
just
stressed.
Like a bunch of scientists like doing stuff.
What if it was just one guy in a room?
Just chilling? It's like, finally!
Video games?
Yo!
He's like, I've been trying to get back to my planet for like 50 years. Can I just go home?
Yeah, dude.
What if it was E.T.?
Dude,
what if it was actual E.T.
from Sweden?
I'm worried that it's like an alien that's pissed. He's like, fuck y'all have me locked in this goddamn room.
They have Thanos and
do you think it would be high frequency or low frequency alien?
Hopefully high frequency.
Well, apparently the ones they caught in Roswell were only like this big. Like 4 feet tall. 3 or 4 feet tall. So when
do you think they were nice?
I mean, they probably were just.
I seen aliens and they weren't nice.
No,
the movie.
The xenomorphs are not nice.
Yo, if I ran into one of those, I would just.
Why would you want to be that type of alien?
I wouldn't want to.
I'm gonna Google it.
Never seen Alien?
Internet.
Aliens
with Sigourney,
the mouth inside the other mouth.
With the they got the big long.
And when you injure them, acid comes out.
Who raised you, woman?
I know.
Who raised you?
How do you not know?
Okay, I see it with my eyes. Very terrifying.
Very scary.
I don't want to see that.
Haunted my dreams.
Yeah,
I never want to see that.
The first one is like a horror movie. The second one's like an action thriller.
I was just too young for that shit.
Did you ever watch Aliens vs Predator?
Yeah, by that time I was like,
a guilty pleasure of mine in the 2000s.
By that time,
that was a dope movie.
Yeah, by that time I'm watching it for the fight scenes and shit, and just see people get killed.
Sanaa Lathan's in there.
Yeah.
Shit. Do you have any movie recommendations? I feel like we've been talking about movies a lot.
Yeah, this is definitely the movie episode right here.
The blockbuster.
Yeah, we got what movie are we gonna? Let's
Midsummer.
Midsummer.
I loved it. Especially if you've done mushrooms before. Yeah. You'll appreciate it because you'll just be like,
"Wow, they nailed it."
this guy has definitely done mushrooms.
Wouldn't that like fuck you up on if you ever took mushrooms again? Because that movie was fucking insane. I
hope that I'm not thinking about Midsommar when I'm getting trippy.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just thinking about some weird stuff.
Psychological state is not the greatest. Her whole family was just.
Don't spoil it.
Well,
it's a pretty old movie, right?
People that want to see it still,
Yeah, low key.
You haven't seen it. Sorry.
Low key, I feel like.
Spoiler.
Yeah, I actually have not seen that movie.
It's a good movie, dude.
It's one of those movies that I haven't watched just because I feel like everybody has movies like that you're like, oh, you haven't seen this movie? So I've been like holding out certain movies so that when people tell me, they're like, oh, you haven't seen this?
You just need to smoke a joint and go.
Yeah, I need to find someone to watch the movie.
Yeah, it's kind of long, so just like.
But it's kind of hypnotic.
But it's good.
It's kind of hypnotic. Because at first when I saw it, I was like, I don't know about this movie. And then like that night and the next day, I was thinking about it still.
That's good. That's a good.
I would say
that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Take an edible or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do shrooms. So should I do shrooms and watch them?
No. I would not do that.
I wouldn't.
I would
ever do
Because
that.
it makes you when you're watching the movie,
It's a bad trip.
it looks like you're. Like what you're seeing visually looks like a bad trip.
Yeah.
Got you.
Did you see Hereditary?
Sorry, you guys.
Hereditary what movie was that?
It came out last summer.
It was a horror
film.
And there was a thing passed around. Was it something? No, Hereditary.
It's like That's It Follows. Are you talking about It Follows? Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's good. Yeah. But it has that like little girl and she's like. It's really good. If you like horror films, you should check it out.
Shit.
It's
Hereditary?
the same director.
Yeah. Is it on Netflix?
Yeah.
No.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay, yeah.
Scary.
It's good.
Very scary.
Honestly, though, I gotta say it. Shout out Amazon. Amazon is just.
They have everything.
They really.
Dark Place, August 13th.
Hell yeah.
Don't. Yo, we really could make an ASMR podcast if we just sat a little closer
To the mics.
Then
we gotta eat stuff and
honestly, it's really funny.
Stuff.
Like
Peanut butter.
Yeah.
peanut butter.
Jazzy would throw up. She hates.
I have
the sound.
phobia of chewing noises.
Oh god.
Like crunches I can do, but when it's like the spitty sound, stop.
You're ridiculous. This is not an ASMR podcast.
We're gonna have to cut that out.
Or just you hear the Hereditary noise.
So Midsummer, did you
Hereditary? That's on Netflix, I think, or is it Amazon?
Midsummer,
If you don't have Amazon,
Yeah.
What other?
You're asleep.
Oh, have you seen? Since you like suspense horror kind of movies, have you seen Don't Breathe?
Don't Breathe. Is that the movie where the dude is blind?
Yes.
I've never seen that. Is it good?
Yeah. That stressed me.
Do you guys watch a lot of
Is that available?
I just bought it on Blu-ray, but I think you can rent
Movie
it on Amazon Prime. I think you can rent it for like $3 or something.
Okay.
What do you guys feel about? Have you watched? Do you have Netflix?
Yeah.
What do you feel about like the recent string of just like Netflix exclusive movies? Not really the TV series, but like
I feel like there are a lot of there's a lot of hits and misses. Like for instance, Roma. I don't know if you guys saw Roma.
I don't know if I watched that one.
But it's like you have to just submit to the movie and turn off your phone for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's one of the best movies I've ever seen. Like
I haven't cried in a movie like that since I was very young.
Is it a drama?
There's this magic to it that like you're just sitting there watching because it's stunning to look at.
Yeah, it's a good looking film.
The photography is beautiful. Like, and the director did his own cinematography in the movie.
Yeah.
But you're watching this movie and you're like, okay, I'm watching him, I'm following, and then all of a sudden there's these things that happen, and you're just like, oh shit, I didn't realize I was this much into it, and I was just like, I'll get teary-eyed in movies.
Yeah.
But like, there's some movies that just have. I don't know. That movie had a lot of power.
I feel that. I feel that
streaming down my face, and it was
that.
like, I was like, my chest was like,
That's crazy, dude.
Okay, I need to see it.
The movie's it's really powerful, really powerful, and it's simple.
You haven't
it's
seen
not
it?
It's nothing crazy.
It's nothing crazy. It's just watching this.
I mean, that makes sense though, because those are the things I feel like that can connect the most and are the most relatable. You know, or it's nothing too complex. You know,
It's just human.
yeah,
It's just a human
exactly.
thing. It's just a human thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just a human thing.
What about you guys? What movies are you recommending for people?
All I've seen is Midsommar.
Oh.
Well, we watched Hereditary, and I feel like
So you
that
guys
was
are just
fun.
gonna copy.
Yeah, y'all
Just,
low key copied both of their movies.
Yeah, 100%.
Not just one of them.
And then also, I
Both of their
wrote
movies.
another movie called A Dark Place.
Yeah.
I wrote it. It's coming out soon.
Oh my god, dude! All right, I guess we should end out.
Yeah.
I just want to say, thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, for real.
Thanks for
you.
having us.
Thanks for having us.
This is the
movie chat
craziest
was-
setup we ever had.
Yeah, it's amazing though. I'm
You
glad
Gotta
we
take
did
a
it.
picture after.
Shout out to you,
So
T-Will exclusive for setting up this fucking podcast today.
Yo,
4 fucking mics
on
Turn up.
GarageBand.
on
gang.
GarageBand.
There's nothing he can't do.
Free software.
He had his debit card out. He had his credit card or debit card out.
Ready.
And I was like, wait, you know
This
what?
nigga was about to spend a rack on some software and was like, hold on, I can make this work.
Let me
Let me
just
not max
chill.
out right now. Let me not max out the
Troubleshoot for a minute. Real talk.
Chris and Jazzy aren't that special.
I'm also gonna say, look out for Chance the Rapper dropping this Friday.
Oh shit, yeah. That's
Oh,
what
I'm
we
so
done.
excited.
Yeah.
Along with Lil Durk.
Oh damn, mad music coming out.
Yeah, I think YBN
Whoa.
Corday.
Oh, YB and Cordy's album too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how do you say it?
YB and Corday.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't listened to him too much. He's a little bit
He seems
more
like a
of
backpack
millennial.
type rapper.
Yeah,
So fuck it, like
but yeah,
good music Fridays.
I'm just looking forward to
Oh
Chance.
man, do you
Me
remember
too.
that?
Oh yeah, me too.
Like in 2010,
Good Friday?
where it was like every Friday for
Kanye
the whole summer, I think it was,
Kanye was
where they
listening to
dropped a new
Kanye's the
mixtape.
goat.
Oh,
Kanye's
that
the
was the
goat.
best.
Yeah, it was
Hell
good
yeah.
times.
On that note, Kid Cudi is announcing he announced a new album.
New album, and he's in some TV show too. Yeah, Kid Cudi's doing his thing. It's good to see.
I want to talk
He's
about
bouncing back.
Yeah.
Did you ever see? There was a show, How to Make It in America.
That show was amazing
Fire.
It only lasted 2 seasons
because it was ahead of its time.
It was so good.
The streetwear
so
culture
good.
didn't
Yes,
exist
yes.
the way it does now. If that show was to come out tomorrow, that shit would be the biggest fucking show ever.
Yo,
You know how much hype beasts just fucking sit at home all day. They ain't out in the fucking streets doing anything. They're just either in line copping shit or at home selling shit. Like they would love that fucking show.
So the lead in that show, I think his name's Brian Greenberg.
Yeah.
Sorry if I messed that up, but I met him once, and I didn't at the time when I met him, I didn't know the show had been canceled. And I was like, yo man, I love How to Make It in America, and he was like, oh thanks, and he kind of looked at me like he thought maybe I was being an asshole.
Yeah.
But I didn't know at the time, and he knew I was being genuine because I love that show.
Yeah, that show was
So
amazing.
good.
That show was definitely way ahead of time. Like, definitely, like when I seen that show, I was like, oh, like this is like a TV show that's not on TV at all. Really talking
It's
about
not.
this
It's
shit.
not. And then the second lead in that, Victor Razuk. He was amazing.
Yeah.
He was. I think he was Dominican in the show.
Yeah.
But he was incredible.
That perspective is amazing.
Yeah.
Just because you see it's happened so many times with like even from Supreme to Stussy to like all these other like clothing brands or whatever. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. But yeah, no, that was a good show. I'm glad you brought that up. What else is it? The end of the day podcast is the end of the day.
it's the end of the motherfucking day,
Yeah,
y'all.
hell yeah.
T will exclusive. Sin.
It's your boy Sin, bitch.
Elizabeth.
Still don't know what episode this is.
Yeah,
but
it's like this is fuck it.
reading the title.
Yeah, you'll know what episode it is. You're looking at the fucking thing. All right, guys, we'll holler at you later. Peace.
Meow meow.
We out.